Let's see how you fare against the power of the dead.
Nah, it's wrong Slayer. Wrong Slayer. What? It's the Slayer edition of Gauntlet, not Slayer. But I like your shiggity-giddy. That was pretty awesome. We're talking about the Gauntlet Slayer Edition for the PlayStation 4. Now, this game was originally out on the PC. They rebooted Gauntlet. Here it is again, guys. Remember that game you played in the arcades when you were not old at all? And you're an old man now? Because I remember doing that. It's back.
Why don't they have the original edition in the game?
Because it's not really very fun anymore.
Oh, man,
but it'd be cool. It'd be cool if they put it in. They should have. Anyway, it's 4 players running around shooting stuff on a map. Jose, what'd you think?
I think if you're the elf, this game is one of the best games you can play in the world of Gauntlet.
Yeah.
If you were any other character, you are not going to have as much fun.
Real balance problem here, huh? I mean, because I agree with you. I mean, in the original Gauntlet game, there was a reason why you'd play as the warrior, or there's a reason why you play as the Valkyrie. He does need food because he's up there kicking everybody's ass with his axe, and the warrior is the toughest one. Now, he's the toughest one here as well, but he's also going to die because he doesn't have the awesome speed.
He doesn't have the food.
And the speed. He's got the meth.
Distance.
He's got the meth. And he runs away, and he jumps, and he can shoot things, and that's really the only way to survive in Gauntlet. Now, if you're playing with other people, it's a little bit better. Obviously, Gauntlet's sort of
someone's
designed.
the elf.
That's right.
Then
If you're not,
having as
you're
much
just
fun.
going to die for the elf.
I know. God, man, it sucks. I did a tournament for the Gauntlet when it came out on the PC last year, and everybody who was the elf dominated. Like, that's no fair. Why can't we all just elf along?
Nope, everyone else is about to die, but the elf kicks ass in Gauntlet, which is interesting.
He's like Legolas in Lord of the Rings. He's pretty much the best character, but you don't really like him because it's Legolas.
It's weird that they made the elf so good because in the original Gauntlet, the elf sucked. The elf took a million shots to kill anybody. You were always the wizard because he had the killer spells, or you were the barbarian because he could just go in there and destroy everything. But they've definitely overpowered the elf. Now let's talk a little bit about just sort of what the overall game here is like. This is obviously Gauntlet. You're looking at it. It's running around on these levels. You're collecting gold. You're collecting potions. You're killing.
You're not shooting your food.
Don't shoot
your food. That's a mistake.
I shot the food.
That's what happens when you're shooting crazy because you're just trying to wipe out enemies. Sometimes you're going to shoot that delicious-looking turkey over there.
And you needed that turkey because you were running out of health.
In here.
And you run out of health a lot in this game, especially if you're not playing as the elf. But even if you are the elf, you're going to die fairly quickly because this is really designed for a bunch of people to be playing at the same time.
Or for people to play on easy mode.
Yeah, that's also true.
Don't be afraid to put it on easy mode.
Or don't be afraid to go online and find other people to play with if you don't have people on the couch. It's a good couch game. I think it works best if you're playing with people who are sitting right next to you because it's a little more fun.
We did back in the days.
Yeah.
When we would play games with our friends on our couches.
On a couch? I don't play on a couch.
I don't even have a couch.
I sit on the ground.
I have one chair.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and nobody can join me on it. It's just really like, you guys can sit on the floor if you want to play. Actually, I only have one controller, so.
You're like a mean old man.
I am.
Yeah.
I know, but I mean, it's Gauntlet, right? You want to get 4 players together. You want everybody to be traversing this lands and going crazy and shooting things together and blowing things up and not shooting the food.
I guess you do. I mean, it's definitely the best way to play it, but I still found this game to be just a little dull. I mean, all the levels kind of bleed into each other. There's a lot of reused tile sets, so everything kind of looks the same. And even though there's a campaign here, there's like no story or anything. You're just kind of marching through killing things. There's also an endless mode here
If
where
you never want to stop playing, you can do that now.
Why you
now
wanna
in
do
the
that.
Gauntlet Slayer Edition, you can never stop playing.
you should just not play that mode.
Daily challenge mode,
Yeah.
changing every day.
There's a Coliseum here where you can kind of
Very
go in and have different
Spelunky-like.
challenges. There's content. It's not without content. It's not without things to do. I just think it's without kind of
Slayer.
variety. And no Slayer.
There's no Slayer.
Mostly, there's no Slayer, which sucks. But secondarily, there's just not a lot of variety as well to the levels. I just, found after a couple hours, I was kind of had my fill. I ate enough food. I did not need food badly. I was no longer about to die, and I was ready to move on to another game. Just as Jose, I am ready to move on to another review, but we got to score up the Slayer edition of Gauntlet for the PS4. What are you giving it?
Well, if you haven't played the PC version of Gauntlet and you're looking for more Gauntlet in your life, this isn't a bad choice. I had a little bit of fun with it. I'm giving it a 7.
I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 myself.
Need food badly.
Dude, crab sandwiches?
Yeah, sounds good.